The Middle Ages is a period of about 1000 years, beginning from 476 CE and going on up to the later part of the 15th century. This is a 1000-year period in the history of Europe or European history, which was marked by famine, pestilence, feudal disturbances, war, unrest, and of course, the Black Death or the Great Plague, which ravaged Europe for nearly 3 years, beginning from 1347 and lasting up to 1350. The Middle Ages are also known as the Dark Ages or the Medieval Age. It began with the decline or the fall of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire, which was one of the most powerful empires of the ancient world and extended across most of Europe, had come under repeated barbarian attacks from 376 CE onwards. By 476 CE, most of the Roman Empire was strife-torn. There were battles breaking out all over the Roman Empire, leading to the fall of the Roman Empire. With the disintegration of the Roman Empire, there was lack of a single unifying powerful authority that ruled all over Europe. And this is how the Catholic Church emerged as the most powerful institution across Europe. The bubonic plague ravaged Europe from 1347 to 1350, and nearly 1/3 of the European population died of the plague. With the fall of the Roman Empire in 476 CE, much of the knowledge the Romans had in science, technology, medicine, and literature was lost. The Roman Empire had lasted for a period of nearly 1500 years. So, with the collapse of the Roman Empire, the European Union, the European states had nearly disintegrated. So, there was no single state or government that united the European countries. The Catholic Church emerged as the most powerful institution in Europe. Kings and queens who ruled over various regions and states in Europe formed alliances with the Pope, who was the head of the Catholic Church. And the Catholic Church was based in Rome, in Italy. But there were conflicts within the Catholic Church also. Now, the Middle Ages also signaled the rise of Islam in the early 7th century. Prophet Muhammad emerged in the 7th century, and this led to the arrival of a new religion, that of Islam. This was the golden age of Islam. There were frequent wars between Christians and Muslims to gain control over Europe, Western Asia, and Africa. The Roman Empire had become weak and fallen, but the eastern territories of the Roman Empire, or the Byzantine Empire, or the Eastern Roman Empire, continued to survive. Parts of southwestern Europe, including Greece, Bulgaria, and Italy, Egypt, Morocco, and Libya in Africa, and Syria, Cyprus, and Turkey in Asia, were part of the Eastern Roman Empire. The capital of the Byzantine Empire was Constantinople, which is today in Turkey and is known as Istanbul, the modern capital of Turkey. The Byzantine Empire, or the Eastern Roman Empire, was much smaller than the original Roman Empire. Constantinople had been made the capital of the Roman Empire by the powerful and controversial Roman Emperor Constantine I in 324 CE. After the fall of the Roman Empire, only the eastern regions of the erstwhile Roman Empire remained in the form of the Byzantine Empire. But in May 1453, the city of Constantinople was attacked and captured by the Ottoman Turks under Mehmed II, leading to the fall of the Byzantine Empire. The great city of Constantinople was completely ravaged and destroyed by Muhammad's soldiers. Many scholars ran away from Constantinople to Europe. This led to the revival of interest in Greek and Roman literature, science, and technology. because the people who fled from Constantinople were grammarians, poets, writers, printers, lecturers, musicians, humanists, artists, philosophers, politicians, scientists, and theologians. And they escaped from Constantinople to various parts of Europe. These educated migrants brought with them Greek and Roman knowledge that they had acquired and preserved for many centuries. They arrived in Western Europe, and this was one of the factors that led to the end of the Middle Ages and the beginning of the Renaissance in Europe. Thank you.